Hello and welcome to the Triangle Strategy Hard Mode playthrough. I am Wolffort, or LLFroob, however you want to say it, and I am really excited for this game. It is honestly seeming like one of the best games of the year. I've really been looking forward to any kind of strategy RPG like this, and this one is the first one that has seemed to really have a lot of the things that I look for in the strategy RPG all mixed together in one package. So I'm really excited for it. It seems like it's got a deep story, really cool combat and mechanics, as well as awesome characters that will get really cool abilities, will be able to have a interesting character progression as well as interesting skill progression throughout the game. I'm going to be playing through this on hard mode, as I have said, and I'll be listening to all of the main story, but going through it at a little bit faster of a pace. So with that, let's get going on hard mode. Again, as I said, I want to go on a little bit quicker of a pace, so I will not be listening to all of the voice lines.
On the faraway continent of Norzelia, 3 mighty powers reigned.
But especially for these kind of narration intros, I'm going to be listening through all of these and through most of the main story points, but I'll just be going through at a little bit faster of a pace to allow the Let's Play not to drag on forever. Alright, with that, let's dive into the story.
The kingdom of Glenbrook, through which runs the mighty Norzelia River, bringing flourishing trade. The Grand Duchy of Esfrost, a land of ice and snow beneath which slumbers rich veins of iron. And in the desert, the holy state of Hyzat, home to the lake from which is harvested the salt essential to life. With each nation controlling one vital resource, conflict between these 3 powers was all too common.
So far, I do have to say, it kind of seems like the minimum effort where it's like, iron was only found in this one place, salt was only found in this other place, and they had to go through Glenbrook. So this is the simplest boiling down of conflict between nations you could ever possibly have. Honestly, I'm okay with it, especially for kind of the beginning of the game where they're not going through like massive histories of you wronged me here, everything. And from what we've seen so far, it does seem like there are some underlying motivations and ideologies between each of the nations that lead to further conflict throughout the story. So I like how simple this is. You know, we've seen a million games with wars between nations to start it off, uneasy pieces. They are basically just saying, okay, you've seen this before. We have 3 nations, they don't like each other because we said so, and that's our basic, setup for the conflict.
Minor disputes and skirmishes gave rise to fierce battles, and before long, the realm was engulfed in a bloody conflict that would rage on for years. Many died in what came to be known as the Salt Iron War. Brought to their limits and facing their mutual demise, the 3 powers at last negotiated a truce. The Norzelia Consortium is formed, a neutral organization that oversees fair trade of iron and salt. Finally, peace came to the realm.
I'm very interested on this Norzelia Consortium because I honestly don't think we've even seen this throughout the main story yet. Like, I'll point this out at further points throughout this Let's Play, but I have no idea who is on this Norzelia Consortium. Who is the neutral organization? All we have is like 3 very self-interested parties. So this part, I feel like it got stuck into the intro, but we have not seen this at all.
30 years pass. Now, a new bond is set to be formed between the Grand Duchy of Esfrost and House Wolffort of Glenbrook, whose power in the kingdom is second only to that of the royal family itself.
A young hawk soars. The chapter titles are all pretty epic.
Lord Serenoa?
as well as the music and the soundtrack. So good.
Good morning.
Like, this is the most chill village soundtrack playing in the
Congratulations, my lord.
background.
The
It's
future
great.
of Wolffort is looking brighter than ever.
Today's the day, is it not? We're all ready for the big moment. Thank you, everyone.
Young master. So,
Oops. Okay, so B skips it entirely.
Ah, Benedict.
That's what I want.
you can thank Eridor for that. He couldn't.
This is a momentous day. Not mere. I do not think it possible to keep it a secret.
This is well and true, my lord.
I'm well aware of the situation. I cannot say for sure what repercussions this may. As the future Lord of House Wolf.
Fine resolve, my lord, as
Thank you, Benedict. It is
shall we head to the port then?
so soon. I had thought we would have more time.
So, I like the setup for this too, where it's like one of my biggest pet peeves in recent games is the main character being an avatar. Looking at you, Fire Emblem Three Houses, as well as several other games across different genres, and you just like can't have a very distinct personality on a main character when it's the avatar, blank slate, that type of thing. So I really like Serenoa, everything to do with his story so far. I will also say I have played through the prologue demo already 3 times at this point in making my character guide, and so I'm very familiar with the story of these first 3 chapters. I probably will have a lot more, surprise and reactions to the story going forward once the full game releases. This prologue demo, especially because it's free, I totally encourage you to pick it up, play it yourself to see how you like it, and then you can really dive into all of the story of these first 3 chapters. I'm trying not to skip through things, but I'm going at a little bit quicker of a pace.
The river's waters have risen with the, and given the wind, I think it likely that
You never cease to amaze.
Honestly, the dialogue, it feels like reading a book more so than just like any standard video game. I love it. Okay, cool. Just get the world map and our events. Okay, cool. But yeah, like I was saying, I feel like most games, you could have, they probably would have just jumped straight into being at the harbor and introducing people much faster, but the way that it reads, it is almost just like a novel that has a video game at its core. And I know that there's a lot of people that have kind of expressed discontent with how long the dialogue and the story portions are in between the different story battles. I really like that. I want to make sure that we get the feel of the story and getting to know all of the characters. I think that more games should be doing stuff like this where you can actually feel like the characters are real people and the world that they're in is alive.
I thank you for the escort. You are free to go.
Lady Frederica, there is no one here to
He will be along shortly, no doubt. If I have heard true.
By your leave, then. We wish you everlasting health.
Thank you. I shall work hard. Please let brother, the Archduke, know that.
As you command, my lady. We leave the rest to you, Gila.
I shan't let you down.
I like Gina's voice actress. And Frederica is actually my favorite character so far. Oh, again with the soundtrack. Love this for the harbor port. Like, such a good soundtrack
Phew,
for this game.
Glenbrook at last. Finally, we can take a moment of respite from our long journey. That said, it would seem we've arrived ahead of schedule.
I much prefer it to being late. This is a momentous day for Esfrost, and for the entire...
I agree, which is why we cannot have you looking... Why don't we go for a bit of a stroll?
A fine idea. After all, this may be... Most are not inclined to grant liberty to one of Rosellan heritage, such as...
You brought that pendant with you?
Of course. It is the only memento...
The insta-kill rocks. Why don't we use these, man?
Thank you kindly, little lady. Letting a whole boatload of guards go back home was a stroke of genius. We're...
The winds of fortune are blowing today, aren't they, Pa?
Brigands!
Stand back, Frederica. I shan't let them have you.
Again, that music for the brigands. I love that. That's some good stuff. Almost kind of makes them not feel that threatening. It's like a fun little jazzy type music for brigands, but despite maybe not making them seem as threatening, they're the first enemies in the game. Of course they're not threatening. They're the fun, simple bandits, not pure evil people. But with that, we can jump into the first battle. This is actually also the first time that we get the conviction choices aspect of the game as well.
What do you intend to do with us?
Make you our little hostages is all. And wring every last coin out of the duchy and house Wolffort.
What's with that pink hair, though? Ya Rosellan? And that lady looks like she's from Hyzant. Did we go after the wrong boat?
Sorry about brief pause. Hopefully that doesn't mess up the audio and music and everything. Keep going.
Impossible! Ship was full of Esfrosti soldiers.
Enough! I am without a doubt.
Let's go, Serenoa!
Have you bandits no shame? Attacking...
And just who in the hell are you?
The first conviction choice. Alright. So, from what I can tell so far, conviction will mainly have to do with characters that we can recruit. In the original debut demo that they released, there was 3 optional characters that, depending on your conviction points, you could get, 1, 2, 3. I think you could get at least 2 of them at the same time. I don't know if you could get all 3. I never did. But it doesn't seem to be the same thing as going on split story paths. That will have more to do with the making decisions as a group scales of conviction, whereas these seem to be specifically for characters. I'm interested to see if they maybe come into play later on in terms of if you are strongly pushed towards one of these convictions, it'll make it harder to go down other story paths. We'll have to see how that works. For this playthrough, I'm going for morality, the 3 convictions being morality, utility, and liberty. I think that the first option is morality. As I said, I'm going to try and go for morality, but honestly on quite a few of these choices, I have a hard time telling apart which one is which conviction. So hopefully this first option is morality, but I'm going to be going for the moral options as much as I can.
Who are you exactly? A band of common brigands from the looks of it.
Got you curious, huh? You can call me Travis. Leader of the fiercest band of brigands this...
And I'm his daughter, Trish.
It's hilarious, like, with them not knowing that he's the Lord and talking themselves up like that. It's like, as Lord, he probably would have heard if they actually were consequential brigands, so it really drives home to me, like, these are kind of nobodies that are wanting to be cool. They're the pre-modern Antifa.
We've 100 men at our beck and call. You'd be wise to surrender while you have the chance.
Of love, to be sure. I doubt the man would lead his own daughter into battle if he truly...
Most astute, my lord. This is doubtless the extent
That's cool.
of their mighty band.
So the dialogue actually changes quite a bit depending on which conviction you choose. The first time I came through, I chose the utility option, and we didn't have this whole observation about how they're lying about their numbers and stuff. So I like that the dialogue is different with each conviction. Makes Serenoa, like, this is the way that user options should work, where my choices are actually making an impact on how the dialogue goes and how Serenoa is acting, but he can still have his own personality along with it. So that's cool.
Enough of your whispering. Now tell us who you are, you bloody...
Only a fool would reveal such precious knowledge to his foe.
Hey! Who you calling a fool?
Yeah.
Enough of this! You'll regret ruining our plan!
The regal trash talk.
Arms, my lord.
Stand back, the both of you.
No, we fight together. I brought this upon us through my industry.
My lady.
I am a teacher of the arcane arts, and Frederica is a most...
I can assure you we shan't be a burden.
Then I ask for your support from the back line.
And you shall have it.
Why didn't you tell me you were having such fun?
What are you doing here?
Rollin'.
Let's talk later. Now, I believe...
Let's go. So it's giving us the brief aptitudes of each character. I like that they do this just to give you an idea of what skills they're going to have ahead of time. But of course they try and make everybody sound awesome, and there are some pretty big differences in how useful the characters are.
I hope you adults are ready to learn a hard lesson. You'll need...
Their confidence is admirable, Edley.
Give them no quarter. We cannot allow...
Just who are these people anyway?
Now, Benedict.
Alright, the classic basics of battle tutorial. We already know quite a bit of this. I've played many strategy RPGs like this before. And I've already played through this demo several times.
Distinguish yourself in battle and you receive your due reward.
So I won't be going over too many of the basics, but I like the way that the tutorials are set up.
Here in Wolffort.
Seems very friendly for new players. And not too overwhelming in terms of like throwing them all at you at once. They seem pretty applicable. I like them.
Think you're all high and mighty, huh? Make way. We're just trying to make a living here.
Our land has no place. There is no mercy.
Alright. Benedict is my least favorite character. I do not like him. I just think he's so much weaker than everyone else. Oh, whoops. I put his back to the enemy. Well, oh well. Honestly, this first battle does a really good job of introducing you to it without making it too difficult. See, I think I want to face this
Shall
way.
we make it a contest, Mike?
I think not.
These are no ordinary men.
Yeah, 'cause then he can attack and move, which that
Let
should
us
allow
remain calm
me
and
to
clear-headed. Shall we begin?
follow up and kill that guy easier. Roland was in two-shotting range of him, which is
This will
awesome.
help.
We must defend ourselves from this danger. I will end this.
But yeah, with this being the first level, I'm not too concerned about playing safe. You know, I'm kind of gonna rush in, especially the chapter 2. It gets a lot harder, and once we get to battles that I haven't played before, I probably won't be quite this reckless in every map. But for now, we just charge in. They can't do anything to stop us. These guys are noobs. Oh, you go in front, you loser. Now I can't get the backstab on one
Where
range.
shall we strike?
Okay, so I think that means that I won't be able to one-shot, or like finish off that guy anymore. Oh, that puts him low. And he's after Frederica. Okay, so Benedict's finishing off that guy. And I think Frederica will... Oh, are you serious? You jerks. I hate missing 95s, but it's such a pivotal part of every tactical RPG ever. Alright, the kudos system. I like it a lot. Really cool. Right there you saw I got 3 kudos of the double spear strike, hitting from behind and utilizing high ground. Yes, follow-up attacks. I would use a follow-up attack, but we're gonna finish off that guy instead. And I like the spoils system where you have to pick it up yourself. It doesn't just auto-collect at the end of battle, which is nice.
Let me heal
And
your
enemies
wounds.
can steal it, which, like, yes, it is annoying that they can do that, but it makes it kind of fun. And the way that exquisite spoils automatically get collected, like, you're not going to lose out on vital drops, which, that's really nice. Oh, heck yeah, we still kill him with Frederica. That's awesome. And we finish off that guy. Oh, is it worth it to go for the double kill? Nah, let's just go there. We can get the triple hit. That gives us the kudos. And then we're getting kill experience and not wasting 2 enemies worth of kill experience, so that's nice.
This one'll hurt.
Oh crap, you use your backwards toss.
My turn.
That's a sick skill. Like, I hope we get some stuff like that that displaces enemy units. It seems awesome. Alright, Roland can chill on top of this house and be completely unhittable. I love it. Maybe we kill you. That stops you from getting a turn. I want Cyrano to get some experience. We can do it from here and then kind of bunch up afterwards. I like it.
Perish.
And now we have 2 spoils on either side of him, so we're probably losing some of them. That sucks. Don't steal my stuff, please. Oh, crap. Ow, well that doesn't feel very good. Are you up next? Nope. Okay, so we get to go again before then. I think that means I'll pop on over here, let her follow up.
My turn.
That way we get some of the spoils.
I shall
Oh,
do
great.
what I can.
Just lining themselves up for me, that's nice. Okay, Gila is needing to heal Frederica now. She's really low.
You have my gratitude.
Guess that's what I get for being more reckless this time
Let me
through.
show you
Is
what I've learned.
I was a little scary. But perfect. We don't even have enough to cast the spell this turn. We can kind of do it 2 out of 3 turns. Nice. Okay, and that means that she is no longer able to kill her. Yes, go for Benedict. Thank you.
For victory.
Didn't steal my spoils. Let's go. Oh, nice. And that's a free kill. And I think then we just start moving on. He gets the high ground, but, you know. Oh, never mind. He gets the low ground apparently.
For the honor of House Wolffort.
You weirdo. I don't know what he's doing. Okay, let's check it out. Honestly, the delaying strike. That lets me double turn. Oh, that's so nice. So delaying strike is amazing for that.
Hit the mark.
I struck true.
Slightly less damage. Holy crap, Benedict, you do 1 damage. Ah, it's worthless. Oh, dang, and they
Maybe
make it
next
fall
time.
up.
Over here.
That's smart.
I shall try my level best.
Oh, do we surround Trish right now? That could be nice. Let's do it.
Your defense is weak.
Okay, yeah, so,
I shall do what I can.
sorry. As I was saying, delaying strike is absolutely phenomenal as a skill. Like,
Allow me.
being able to see
Tides are
how
turning.
far you're delaying them makes it really cool, where,
Allow me.
you know, in general, it would always be useful, but the fact that you can see exactly like, oh, if I delay this guy just enough to get a double turn, can I delay him enough so that another ally can finish him off? It's really nice. Okay, so I think we just go on to finish Trish first. Once we're down to 1 enemy, they can't do enough to kill us anyway, so...
I won't lose.
And then I think we just take the high ground.
My lance strikes true.
And then I believe we should be able next turn to kill him
Where
with
should
another
we
double
strike?
thrust to the back. Okay, so let's see. Can I delay him again? 3 to 7. Hey, that gives me another heal before he gets a turn, which is nice. Benedict could probably use that. Yeah, let's do it.
That hit the mark.
You are delayed again. Let's see. Oh, can't use follow-up, so we're good. Yeah, you come down, put yourself in perfect position. Thank you.
Point me at him.
There is no mercy in the battlefield.
And the classic archer conundrum: surround them, and they can't do very much by themselves. Alright,
Allow
now
me.
Benedict's level 2, and we can start getting follow-ups. So this is nice. Basically just a way to farm experience.
For a better world.
Boss abuse on the first
shall do
level.
what I
I know, Oh, dang it. I have to go in range to heal. That's a shame, but I think it's worth it. We might even be able to delay her
Allow
next
me.
turn. Allow Gila to double
This will
turn.
be of great use.
Please just don't use backwards toss. Yes, okay. That's good.
This won't be easy.
And then, yep, I can finish you off. That's worth it, right? Like, I'm not
You don't
needing to
stand a
squeeze
chance.
every drop of XP to
For my
get a
kingdom.
kill. Or to, like, not get a kill and then
Situation
finish
is
him off
grim.
just for the experience. Let's see, can we... Yes, we can delay her after Gila. I don't know if that's worth it, because now I need to heal Serenoa, so... Okay, it doesn't even do anything on you, so yeah, sure.
Wait your turn.
Damn, that hurt. My turn.
Farming up the
To
experience,
lead,
let's go.
I must grow.
There is
Okay.
no mercy on the battlefield.
Is this just 1 range? Okay, yeah. So you do have healing items. They are really potent, but they are just 1 range, which that's a shame.
Let me show you what I've learned.
Hey, I can hit both of them. That's kind of cool. But we are boss abusing, so we're using follow-up
You've left
attacks
yourself
That
open.
hurt.
to get as much experience as possible.
Shall we begin?
Oh, he can't reach Frederica, right? I don't think he can. And Gila's not gonna die,
Allow
so
me.
The
we can
tides
take
are
1
turning.
more arrow without having to worry about
You
that.
won't beat me.
Coming
Nice.
through.
He's definitely not in range. I like it. Just
Not over
attack me.
yet.
Don't use your special. Okay. Now Roland's just on
Would
pickup
follow
duty.
you.
Okay, you get the kill on her. I might let Frederica do that, so... Yeah, let's just delaying strike on you then. Okay, and now that I'm level 2, I'm only 10 experience at pop. Not bad. Oh, snap. That was just a actual full odds critical. Sweet. So backstabs, you get an automatic critical.
You've left yourself open.
But you can always have a slight crit chance. Nice. And like that, exquisite spoils, full, like you always get them. It's really cool system. Okay. Serenoa is definitely gonna still need some healing. I guess we don't really need to move all the way up.
Your wounds are healed.
The tides are turning.
One step
Yay, now
closer
she
to
leveled
our
up.
hope.
Sweet.
It's not over yet.
Let's see. He only needs a little. I don't know yet if that makes him get his next turn faster of only slightly using his movement. We'll have to see.
Forward.
Okay, cool. Set himself up perfect to continue being boss abused. Let's go. Double turn. Pushing him to 9th.
I shall try my level best.
I will end this.
Too slow.
And we're just farming kudos, farming experience.
This isn't good.
It's kind of nice. And that leaves Gila completely free. I guess she's probably the biggest worry, right? Yeah.
Much appreciated.
Yeah, I guess while we're just farming off this boss, I will talk. I know I mentioned that Benedict sucks. I'm sure you've been able to see his damage output and probably have an idea of why I think that, but getting more in depth into it, eventually we get to the point where we have limited deployment slots, and Benedict, his support skills are nice, but they're not worth a whole extra character. So when you have limited deployment slots, I do not think he's worth it. Like, sure, if you have a lot of turns to set up before engagements, then it can be nice to be able to get some buffs out on people. Like, a lot of other characters don't have like preparation abilities that they can use to both farm experience and to make your army stronger before the battle starts. But so far, most of the story battles have kind of been like this, where you're thrown right into the middle of it. You're not like going to have lots of turns to set up, and you're not going to just be like dependent on whenever you want to engage. You can sit out and take all the turns you want. So nice.
I'll make this quick.
So yeah, with that, I just don't think Benedict holds his weight. Most other characters have either debuffs or other things that they can do in addition to doing damage that seem to do a lot more than either the offensive or defensive buffs that Benedict has. Nice, and Frederica finishes it off because she's the best character. Just kidding, she's not the best, but she's my favorite. But yeah, Benedict's damage buff seems to be about a 30% damage increase. It increases your strength and magic by 2. Nice. And his defensive seems about the same, just on the defensive end, where it's a 30% reduction in damage you take. That's nice, but it's just not as strong as...
Wait, I know that face! That's the Wolffort lordling!
Now you realize. But yeah, it's just not as strong as like having a whole other character that has all of their own skills. And his like damage contribution in itself is absolutely pathetic. He has the strength of your mage characters, but he doesn't have any non-physical attacks, and it doesn't seem like the buffing skills scale with either his strength or his magic attack or any other stat. I can show you what I'm thinking of to why that is, but
what's that you say?
Yes, we'll watch the rest of the story before I really start picking apart Benedict and saying why I like the other characters more. So, hey, we just realized, look, those are the two that are betrothed. How amazing. And for some reason, we have this disconnect in every single tactical RPG where gameplay-wise, you know, we completely wipe the floor with these bandits. They should be, like, knocked out or dead, basically, but then, you know, after gameplay-wise, you get to the story, and they're just like, oh, hey, we're all totally fine. We're just gonna leave, and you don't get to catch us. See? Look at this. And I'm like, it probably is because they're a recurring character. I'm guessing we'll either see them again. My personal hope would be if we could recruit them later, depending on your conviction. Like, if you want Liberty, would be my guess for them, you know, where they're very free-spirited bandits and stuff like that. That would be super cool if they become characters that are playable. Obviously, with me going down the morality route, even if they are, I doubt I'll be able to see it because I don't think the brigands would be recruitable if you have morality as your strongest conviction. We'll have to see how it works, though. So, again,
I would have preferred to apprehend them and see them atone for their crimes, but so be it.
Again, it's just like, how didn't you apprehend them? You wiped the floor with them. They should have been, like, knocked out, but whatever. We always have those disconnects in these games. It's all good.
Your bride-to-be is safe. Isn't that what matters?
My bride-to-be?
My sincerest apologies. I had no idea we were being trailed by bandits.
Who else did you think was in this port that you were coming specifically to pick her up? But, oh well.
But where are my manners? I am Frederica of the Grand Duchy of Esfrost. I have come to fulfill... I am honored to join you in marriage, and to call...
The honor and pleasure is mine, Lady Frederica.
To think... Though, I dare say that it bodes well for Wolffort.
Your Highness!
I always love just like the little sprite work and the emotions that they do with either laughing or the embarrassment stuff. Like, such a charming art style. I love this HD 2D stuff and what they do with it. So, really like the characters.
Here you are. Why, the entire Kingsguard has been scouring the land.
Did you sneak out of the castle again, Ro?
When I heard my best friend's betrothed was arriving in Glen...
While we appreciate the sentiment, perhaps you should...
I'm the least of my dear father's... Though I suspect Huette will think otherwise. I suppose I'd best be on my way back. Rest easy, my fair Lady Frederica. I look forward to celebrating your union.
And again, somehow the ring is what gives away that he's a prince, not like that they've been saying that over and over again and saying his name.
His ring bore the insignia of Glenbrook's royal family. Could that have been...
You think that if she was a princess of like one of 3 kingdoms in this entire world, you probably would know the prince's name and most likely recognize him too, so... whatever. I can deal with a little bit of that.
King Regna's young.
So a lord and a prince drove off a band of brigands by their own...
This is Sheila, my tutor and attendant.
Famed is the martial prowess of the Wolfforts. It was an honor.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Sarah. And this is Benedict, trusted...
It is my honor to serve Lord...
Oh, whoa. I just realized the 2 Frosty soldiers are back alive again.
You to our domain.
So they were just knocked out by the rocks. Still would be super useful skill to have. Can I just chuck rocks at people and knock them out?
You may think this is an odd question, my lord, but I ask it nonetheless.
So, I think that would be liberty. Courage. Yeah. Courage is the morality if we just care about who you are as a person, not your appearance.
Than your appearance. You held your...
You flatter me, my lord. I apologize if I was out of line.
Far from it. House Wolffort values the strength and courage of one and all.
I have lived a sheltered life in Esfrost.
That makes two of us. Fortunately, there is plenty of time for us to learn together.
I do like the pink hair being the sign of the Rosellan heritage, like, and that is what they're hitting on as a basically oppressed people in this game. Very smart way to do it, to kind of stay out of real world politics, but being able to still have a story that resonates with people, has real world feelings and circumstances, but stays separate enough. I wish more things did this, where they come up with their own way to represent things, make it into their own story. I like it.
Yes. Together.
Lady Frederica, everyone awaits.
Thank you, Benedict.
Yay, we join with Frederica and Gila. Yeah, that was the first battle, though. I'm going to keep this part going until it officially says Chapter 1 ended, just for the sake of balancing out the parts.
In doing so, the newfound allies hope to hold their own in the face of Hyzanth's salt monopoly, which continues even now, decades after the war.
See, that's where I'm like, where was the neutral third party that was supposed to be fair trade and stuff?
Known that this was but a prelude to an uprising that would engulf all of Norzelia in the flames of war.
Like, isn't that kind of what the whole point of that supposed third, or I guess in this case fourth party, the saying's just third party, but yeah, the supposed neutral fourth party that was to make fair trade and everything like that. Like, I hope that we dive into that, where, you know, there's some kind of corruption in there, which is why they're allowing Hyzanth to still get away with this. As of now, I'm just like, what? We said, like, oh yeah, we solved these problems 30 years ago, but they were never solved. Alright, we get the encampment, that's nice. Alright, side stories. I don't think we're gonna do all the side stories for the sake of time, but I do want this to be a complete playthrough. Yep, we're doing the side stories. So, outside of the battle of the chapter, I'll try and put timestamps, so it's like if you only really care about the battles, you'll be able to find them. But there's definitely going to be a lot of story in every single part of this, which I really like. Again, this is my like third time through the story, and it's still interesting to me. Like, I don't mind how much of it there is. I know some people have expressed discontent with this game because of how long you take in between each battle to just listen to people talk, but I mean, in the real world too. And like, again, I feel like this is like a novel, and I love reading, where you would feel awkward if in a book you just like jump straight from, oh, we fought brigands, jump straight into the next battle, and there's nothing in between. It's like, what else happens in this world, you know? So I like that they'd really dive into, oh yeah, these brigands attacking, like, that was completely unimportant to the world at large, you know? It's just this tiny band of nobodies that the Lord dealt with himself. So the rest of the world is still worried about all of their going-ons, and you get to experience a lot of what those are. So I really like the side stories. I like all of the story and dialogue in this game. I'm going to put it on auto and kind of let it keep going for a second here.
It would seem Prince Roland shrugged off the King's Guard and went on a little excursion, as he's wont to do.
Sorry if my chair's squeaking.
I swear it's as if the boy exists to drive us mad.
He is an embarrassment to our family. No matter. I will see to matters myself.
That was the first one of the amazing ... speech bubbles. I love them. They like take just long enough that they're like,
Your Highness.
they take just long enough that they're like noticeable breaks in the speeches, but they like just the little sound effects of them. They're so charming. I love the little thought bubbles. On that note too, I do have to say a lot of the voice acting, because it's like noble regal people, they pause and they take so long to say their lines. So pardon me if I, sometimes am reading what's being said ahead of what they are saying as the voice lines and skipping ahead. Let me know going into the next part. I'll probably say this again at the end. If you would like me to allow full voice lines to play out the whole time, it probably adds 5 to 10 minutes, but heck, these parts are going to be long enough anyway, so who knows if that will even make a difference. So let me know what you like. I'm going to keep going through.
I see new faces among them. I trust you can tell me more.
But of course, Your Highness. The imposing-looking woman over there is General Avlora of Esfrost. Her prowess in battle is such that some say she is the second coming of Groma Ironfist. If the rumors of her strength are true, she is more likely to emerge victorious than any but the Dawnspear himself. Over there is Minister Exham Marshal of the Holy State of Hyzant. He is the newest appointee to the Saintly Seven, and has been placed in charge of the military and diplomatic affairs.
A general of the Grand Duchy and Hyzant's young hope. I imagine this will not... I know this man. Sorsley End of Hyzant, yes?
Just so, my lord. As you doubtless know, he is the Holy State's Minister of Salt. A prestigious...
So even the great monolith that is the Holy State is not immune? Thank you, Clarice. I can see they were not wrong to tap you.
As the officially appointed bookmaker for the tournament, it would not do for me to be ignorant of the combatants.
Your Highness, Lord Thalos and Lady Erica, brother and sister of the Archduke, have arrived. They will be joining the festivities in Archduke Gustadolf's stead.
Word has it that Lord Thalos has been appointed Prime Minister, which would make him...
Archduke Gustadolf is said to prize freedom more than anything. It would seem that includes the freedom to put his own family above all.
Nepotism jokes. Gotta love them.
With all due respect, Your Highness, the decisions of another nation are their own. Do take care not to say anything that...
You need not remind me, Patriot. I know there is...
Yeah. Charming and very sensible way to introduce all of these other nations' people. I like it.
Honored guests, I am Franny, Crown Prince of Glenbrook. I can assure you we have spared no effort in preparing for tomorrow. Though I imagine some may be too occupied. Allow me to escort you to Whiteholm Castle, where...
Yeah, very nice side story. I wish there was just a pause button, because I know that they're going to start talking, and I don't want to like be talking over voice lines, but...
Prince Roland, finally you return.
Exactly like that. But yeah, I like that as a side story where, it is important for a player to know who those people are, but it's not like you wouldn't be able to figure that out on your own. So it's kind of not like necessary, but it really does draw you into the world of this is a lot of these rulers' first times getting to know each other, and like somehow despite living 30 years in supposed peace, this is the first real alliance that they're doing.
At ease, Huet. I trust all was well in my absence.
Well enough. Another visit to the Wolffort domain, was it?
Indeed, on minor business. My apologies.
Apologies indeed. You know full well that I am under strict orders.
I'm perfectly capable of taking. Besides, no one would lose any sleep if something happened to me. Father and Franny least of all. Even Cordelia would get along perfectly fine without her brother.
Well,
Oh,
I
woe
would
is
not.
me.
Or have you forgotten that you are my one and only sworn liege?
That's right, you had to put him in its place. Whiny prince.
Forgive me, truly. It won't happen again.
I should hope not. So it is true that you plan to fight an attorney on the morrow.
How did you...
His Grace told me. When he commanded...
So Father knew all along.
He's always whining like, oh, father doesn't care about me, but I like this because it's like, he really is a good king
So I have decided to
underneath
fight at your
maybe
side.
his flaws.
You won't be slipping away on my watch this time.
As you wish.
Nice, that's the side story for chapter 1. I like it. Get a little more of the royal family drama. That seems to be a lot of these early side stories is around the royal family. Whereas the main is around the Wolfforts.
Welcome back, the both of you.
Were there any?
None to speak of. Aside.
Out with it, Benedict! I heard you were beset by brigands.
I love Eredor.
Lower your voice. Must you always shout so? Or can't you see that it was that big mouth of yours that invited...
There is no cause for concern, Eredor. Besides...
Mayhap not, my lord. But I've known you since you were knee-high to a... never you mind. And this must be the young lord's bride-to-be.
I am Frederica. It is a...
And I am Gila, her attendant.
Allow me to introduce those in service. This is Eredor, Master at Arms.
You'll be the lady of House Wolffort.
And this is Anna, my right.
If you require anything, just
Sorry,
say the word.
bumped the mic.
They may not be of my blood, but they are my family.
I am aware that in all of Glenbrook, House Wolffort is second.
A joyous day this is! The little lord...
His voice certainly does carry.
I like it because Sereno is already kind of more familiar, like, oh, this is family, but Frederica's still super proper in that response, so it's nice that she's not just like instantly, hey, we're all friends now. Like, that would be a big deal, meeting all these people that you're marrying into the family and you're already used to like being an outcast because of your hair, so the way they played this, really cool.
Sorry, my lady, but you'll have to get used to it.
The laughing sprites.
My lord,
Oh,
your
gosh.
father awaits you in his chambers. As for me, I must stay and...
Lady Frederica, pray come with me.
Woohoo, we got the best unit in the game. Anna is amazing. The double action, so good.
As you are well aware,
The ceremony to commemorate the joint mining venture.
Still can't believe I'll be seeing the day when we break ground.
you can thank King Regna for that. It was by his most wise... Needless to say, delegates
From the Grand Duchy of Esfrost, Lord Dragan Esfrost. The Holy State of Hyzant will be represented. And our own Lord Simon will serve as Glenbrook.
Quite so. After that, Anna, I would trust you safeguarding.
Consider it done.
Then once that stuffy ceremony is over, my blood's already rushing, just envisioning the greatest warriors from all the realm.
From Esfrost, the much-renowned general, and from Hyzant, Minister Exham.
Then, of course, there's our reigning victor, the pride of Glenbrook, Sir Maxwell the Dawnspear.
By reigning victor, like, it seems like the first time the tournament's had other nations involved in a while. Is he just better than all of the other people in Glenbrook?
They'll need it to beat House Wolffort.
On that matter, there, Prince Roland has expressed a
Why would the boy want to fight with us and not his own armsmen?
Apparently, he originally, formally...
And so he came to the young lord? Well, it's more than welcome in my book. Royal... I reckon His Majesty would be beside himself with joy.
Doubtless so. Very well.
Finally, there is the matter of Lord...
Indeed. Sadly, the Lord of the House is in no condition to participate in the tourney. Barring some miracle, I anticipate that Lord Serenoa will have to...
Lord Simon. I suppose age So be it then.
Good. I remind you that while this... Let us not give them an opportunity to catch us up.
Nice little attendants all planning out. But yeah, again, totally stuff that normally happens in the background, I feel like, in most stories. And we get the full length dialogue between them. It's really cool, but yeah, this game's gonna be lengthy when you're reading through everything, that's for sure.
Father, I bring to you my betrothed.
A pleasure to meet you, my lord. I am...
Ho ho, the pleasure is all mine.
He's Santa Claus.
Were it not for the efforts of House Wolffort, the Saltiron War would... I do not deserve the honor of joining your esteemed family.
Yeah, see, still so proper in her responses.
There is no need for such formalities, my girl.
And all these people that are comfortable here,
You are
like,
tired
trying to
from
welcome
your
her.
journey,
It's awesome.
I'm sure. Pray rest easy tonight.
Thank you, my lord. Before we go forward together, I should like to know why you chose to welcome one of Rosellan blood, such as I.
Oh, I'd heard you were a strong.
Pray forgive my insolence. I should like to know what you wish of me.
A most reasonable request. Both of you.
Yes, Father.
Your marriage was agreed upon by Glenbrook and Esfrost.
To give us more leverage against Hyzant with their monopoly over salt.
Again, where's the neutral Norzelia Consortium thing that's supposed to be doing it?
Precisely. With Glenbrook and Esfrost consolidating their power, Hyzant was left with little choice but to join the alliance. And yet, while Lady Frederica is indeed the Archduke's sister, at the same time she is the daughter of a... And House Wolffort, for all our military prowess, is no more than a bannerman of the... If the aim was to forge the strongest bond we could between our...
It would be far more appropriate for my sister, Lady Erica, to wed the Crown Prince of Glenbrook.
Smart.
Just so, yet neither nation chose that. And do you know why?
Because we are disposable. I love the
So
dot dot
that
dots.
if relations between our two countries were to take a turn for the worse...
We could be cast away like pawns.
Precisely. Such are the schemes of those who...
I understand now. And yet, no matter how impure the intentions behind this arrangement...
Well said, my son. If that is your decision, then...
Can I just say, Frederica's voice actor, that like sigh of sadness, oh, that was good. Like, this game, the voice acting, the story, like, I'm already invested. This is great.
Father.
Poor old father, though.
Lord Simon.
He's not doing too great.
I am an old man, and my health is not what it once was.
Man,
As of
the
this
like
day,
music pause during his heart attack
my
thing.
position as Lord of House Wolf.
That
You
definitely
will
gets
serve
the
in
feeling.
my stead from tomorrow forth.
But, Father, I am not ready to...
My decision is not made lightly. You have already shown me with your... Think always about what your subjects need from you. Do so, and I have no doubt you will make a great lord.
Thank you, Father.
I think I'm gonna laugh at every single dot.
Effort that one day I may be as beloved by our people.
Lady Frederica, your fate is not a simple one. Even so, I hope that you will be there to support my son through it all. This is House Wolffort's entreaty, and the wish...
Of course, my lord. It was my intention from the moment I boarded the ship.
Beg pardon, my lord, but Lord Dragan and Minister Lila have arrived.
Very well. Presiding over tonight's banquet will be my... Tomorrow's ceremony will mark the beginning of... And after that will be your wedding. Rest well tonight, both of you.
I love the embarrassed little sweats or whatever. Okay, nice. We finally officially finished chapter 1. Look at that. Alright, and with finishing chapter 1, that is the end of this first episode of the Hard Mode Let's Play. Thank you so much for watching, and especially if you stuck with me through the whole story and all of the battle. Definitely seems like each episode is going to be pretty long, so if you did stick with me this long, again, thank you, but please let me know how you either like this or would like to see these formats change. If you would like me to make separate kind of episodes and installments for the story sections or the battles, or if you like having them all together. Do you like having the full voice lines playing out, or do you prefer kind of the speed that I'm going at so far? Again, I think once the full game comes out, I'll probably be not moving as quickly through all of the dialogue lines because I'm going to want to really take in everything that's happening. But just as a point of reference, with all the voice lines playing out fully, the difference in length for this turned out to be about an extra 10 minutes. So that is crazy. Like, I really do love the voice actors for this game. They're absolutely incredible. But they do speak very slowly, especially a lot of the more regal characters, the nobility. They definitely have their pauses, so it's a little slow for how I like to read through the dialogue, but let me know what you think. And this Let's Play will be continuing early next week. I also have a different video coming out tomorrow about Triangle Strategy, a week before the game releases. Again, thank you for sticking with me through this whole video, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Have a good one.